friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to show you how to do the bar and lattice stitch. For this project, you're going to need some yarn. I'll be using this Bernat Handicrafter cotton today. This is about a number 4 weight cotton yarn. You'll also need a crochet hook. I'll be using this 4mm hook today. You'll also need some scissors, as well as a yarn needle to weave in your ends. So let's gather our supplies and jump in. The bar and lattice stitch is worked in multiples of 4. I'm going to be starting with a chain of 24 today. So, for our initial chain, we do multiples of 4, and then add 6 at the end of your initial chain, and that's going to be our turning chain. I'll show you what I mean. Multiples of 4, I'm going to start with 24. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. I'm going to have 6 multiples of 4 to make up 24 chain stitches. I'll start with a slip knot. Just like I do with every project, I'll put that slip knot onto my hook, and now I'll chain 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 21, 22, 23, and 24. And there is our initial chain. Now, on the foundation chain, we add an additional 6 chain stitches. So this is going to be how wide our work actually is. And then we add 6 additional chains on our initial chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. For a total of 30 stitches in our initial chain. We're going to start with a double crochet in the 10th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So in this 10th chain, I'll yarn over my hook, insert the hook into that chain stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. There's 3 loops on my hook. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. That'll be our first stitch. Then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then we'll skip the next 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3. And then in the following chain, we'll do another double crochet. Yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, skip 3, 1, 2, and 3, in the next stitch, a double crochet. And we're going to repeat that all the way across for this first row. Double crochet, chain 3, skip 3, double crochet. I'll meet you at the end of the row to show you what we're going to do next. Here I am at the end of the row. I've done a double crochet, a chain 3, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and then the last chain of the row, I'm going to put in one final double crochet. And this creates a nice little ladder that is the foundation of our bar and lattice stitch. Just like that. For row number 2, we're going to start with a chain of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we'll turn the work. Now, in this chain 3 space, we're going to put 1 single crochet, and then we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. Now, in this double crochet, we're going to put a double crochet. Yarn over, insert into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Then we're going to chain 2 again, 1 and 2. Now in the chain 3 space, we're going to do a single crochet. So stick the hook into the large space, yarn over and pull up a loop, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through both loops, then chain 2, 1 and 2. And now we're back at a double crochet, and we'll do a double crochet. So every time we come to a double crochet here, we're doing another double crochet. After the double crochet, we chain 2, and then we do a single crochet into the chain 3 space, chain 2, 1 and 2, and then double crochet into the next double crochet. And then we'll chain 2, 1 and 2, and then we'll single crochet into the chain 3 space. Then chain 2, 1 and 2, then double crochet into the next double crochet stitch. Then chain 2, 1 and 2, then single crochet into the chain 3 space. Chain 2, 1 and 2, and then double crochet into the last double crochet of the row there, which brings us just about to the end of the row. Now at this last space, we're going to do a chain of 2, 1 and 2. Then we're going to do a single crochet into that big space. Then we'll do a chain of 2, 1 and 2. And then into that same space again, we'll do a double crochet. And that's going to create a nice straight edge on our project. At this point, you can kind of see the beginning of that triangular shape we're going to be seeing in the middle of our more gappy rows. So our double crochets are the tallest. Then we have chains down to the single crochet, chains up, double crochet, chains down, single crochet, chains up, double crochet. Let's get into row number 3. For row number 3, we're going to start with a chain of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we'll turn the work around. We're going to skip all of these stitches here. We're going to skip the chain 2, the single crochet, and the chain 2, and we're going to just put a double crochet into this double crochet stitch, just like that. Then we'll chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We'll skip all of this stuff. We'll skip the chain 2, the single crochet, the chain 2, and then in the next double crochet, we'll do a double crochet. So we're essentially repeating the first row here. We're doing chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then double crochet into the double crochet stitch. Chain 3, then double crochet into the double crochet stitch. So at this point, we're repeating row number 1. 1, 2, 3, double crochet into the double crochet stitch. This stitch is actually just a 2-row repeat. 1, 2, 3, and then double crochet into the double crochet stitch. And now I'm already at the end of my row, so I'll do chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then at the end of the row, we've got our double crochet, chain 2, single crochet, chain 2, and then this is representing a double crochet. So I'm going to do a double crochet into this entire large space here, just like that. Now let's take a look. So this 2-row repeat has this sort of large gappy bar area, and then this sort of tighter, more intricate looking lattice area. So now we've got these diagonal lines from the double crochets, we've got the little stitches and the tall stitches, and it just sort of creates this lattice work that is very pretty and delicate, adds a little bit of extra detail to something that you might just use a basic lattice stitch or a basic net type stitch for. Let's get into row number 4. So row number 4 is a repeat of row number 2. We'll start with a chain of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we'll turn the work. We're going to skip that double crochet, and then into the chain 3 space, we're going to put a single crochet. Then we'll chain 2, 1 and 2, and then in this double crochet, we'll put a double crochet. Then we'll chain 2, 1 and 2. Then in this chain 3 space, a single crochet. Then chain 2, 1 and 2. Then in this double crochet, a double crochet. Then we'll chain 2, 1 and 2, and then in the chain 3 space, a single crochet, chain 2, 1 and 2, then in the double crochet, a double crochet. And I'm going to repeat that all the way across. And at the end of this row, it'll be a little bit more clear the shape of this stitch. It's a really simple repeat once you get started. It's just remembering what goes where for the first couple of rows, and then it's pretty clear where your hook needs to go and what stitch you need to do next. Here I am coming up to the end of row number 4. I'm just going to do my last chain 2, single crochet, and I'm right at the end of the row now, so I'll do a chain 2, and then in the same stitch that I put the single crochet in at the end of the row here, I'm going to put my double crochet. And then for row number 5, we're going to start the same way we did for row number 3 with a chain of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and turn the work. So it just thickens up the sort of net stitch, which is just like doing a double crochet chain 3, double crochet chain 3. You could just make that square net sort of look. But by adding this row in between, we get this sort of a little bit more delicate, a little bit more intricate look. So now let's do row number 5. We're gonna skip all of this funny business here and just work into the double crochets. So we'll start with a double crochet into that first double crochet there, and then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, then double crochet into the next double crochet stitch. And then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then double crochet into the next double crochet stitch. And we're going to repeat that all the way across. Here I am at the end of the row. I'm going to put my last double crochet in on row number 5, and then row number 6 begins the way row number 2 did with a chain of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So at this point, you can see how pretty that stitch is turning out. We've got the little angled lines from our chains, and then we've got our nice clean lines from our double crochet rows. I'm gonna zoom through a few more rows just so I can show you what it looks like as it builds up, and I will meet you back here when I finish that. All right, here is how my little square is looking after 11 rows, and I'm gonna call it here. So I'm gonna just cut my yarn and draw the tail end through. And I'm gonna take a second to weave in my ends before our final look. Ta-da! Here is the final project, the final look of the bar and lattice stitch. I think that this actually is such a sweet and delicate stitch. It could really lend itself well to market bags, honestly even like the pocket to a cardigan. I know it's like super gappy, so it wouldn't be for something like, you know, holding small rocks, but I think it would be something really pretty to add to another project. Even to make it as an actual lattice. Like if I did this in brown and then stitched it onto another project and then used it as a lattice to kind of do some flower embroidery on, that could be really cute. Isn't that lovely? If I did it with a smaller yarn and a smaller hook, I could also see this making a really beautiful scarf or a beautiful afghan. I'm kind of imagining this as a cardigan. If I did it with like, let's say a 2mm hook and some really fine mohair, or even, Angora, a really fine Angora to do a cardigan with a thin yarn and a thin hook. Wouldn't that be beautiful? But what do you think? I think a summer cardigan would really be cute in this, honestly. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and if you have any ideas what would work really well for this bar and lattice stitch, sometimes called the lattice and bar stitch. Anyways, friends, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to everyone who's supporting the channel this month. Here is the list of channel supporters, and if you would like to join and support the channel, also check the links in the description box down below for all the ways to support the channel. By the way, if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. I put out new tutorials every Tuesday. I also live stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. right here on this channel. So 4 times a week you can come here and get new content. That's all for today. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!